dear.
Hello. Back again today. I've got someone with me this time. Say hi.
What if I don't want to?
Oh, that's fine. I'll count that as you saying hi.
Alright, well,
We're
hello.
we're back on the old streaming. Modding. Of course, we're back on the old streaming. And I'm continuing with my D&D mod. Matt, you are playing
I'm playing
Crusader Kings.
CK3
Yeah.
at the minute, yeah.
So you're gonna create some actual things to talk about. While I sit here and draw
So,
ships and code things.
so you're saying the entire integrity of this stream is dependent on my creativity as a conversationalist?
Yeah.
Alright, well, this stream is not going to last very long.
You put that a bit more eloquently than I ever would have.
It's funny, I always seem to find the most eloquent things to say.
God, that moves around very quickly. Right. So I was in the middle of doing these provinces where I have all these different layers. So to create a new province, it's I need to create some different counties here. So I'm going to create a county here. So I've overlaid the river map on top of the province map here, just so I can better map provinces to rivers.
I say that makes it easier in the
It makes it easier in
long
playing
run.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Bit like how you'd well, I would, if I was making a jigsaw, I would always start with the corner piece.
Oh yeah, I would always start with the corner piece too. I thought that was just a universal constant. Everyone starts with the corner piece.
I've heard of some cycles who start from the middle, and I don't know how you start from the middle without
No,
knowing what the
that
middle
is absolutely ridiculous. The corner pieces are four pieces that you know exactly that where they go.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to use that. Right, so it's create new layer, create clipping mask, and take a new color and just plop it in. So there's a province. And
Or
now...
do you, be a stupid question, but do you have, like, I imagine you have your maps for your D&D world?
Yeah, so if you look at the
Yeah.
stream in the top right, you'll see the
Yes.
map that I'm going for at the minute. This is just one peninsula on the continent as a whole, and the mod is going to cover more than just the continent that we've been working on in the D&D. But yeah, that's the current thing that we're working on. I'm just going to put a few welcome messages here. You be the conversationalist at the minute while I'm typing.
You must have realised that that is not my strength. My strength is I have no strengths. I'm just, I'm here as moral support and to be the idiotic sidekick to your eloquent.
You're the funny man for the straight man. Yeah. Funny man. I've forgotten the name of the comedic archetype.
Well, I can't
Funny
help
man.
you with that.
You're the idiot next to the straight man. Yes.
No, I'm more like the fool to the king.
Who?
I'm the fool to the king.
Oh yeah.
I'm not.
Thank you for the comparison to royalty.
I think I was more just saying how low I am in comparison. And I was rather engrossed in this war I am currently waging, so I was slightly distracted.
So what's your war like?
Well, I control most of northern France and sort of like Frisia, Dutch kind of area,
Hmm.
and the Danish are being rather rowdy. So,
Rather rowdy.
yes, so having a bit of conflict with them for a minute.
Oh dear.
And for
Wait, so
some
who did you
reason,
start as?
I started as I'm a Norse, so I think I started in Norway, but I went on a adventure and sort of ended up in Normandy with like the weird, the Rollo-esque invasion of Normandy, and then sort of spread out from there. Really,
Hmm.
I was going to invade England, but England is much more powerful than me at the minute, and I would definitely lose.
England is always more powerful than you kind of expect it to be.
Oh, for some reason, at one point, it basically had the entire North Sea Empire,
Ooh.
which was interesting, but they didn't make it. They made Britannia, which then split up. And for some reason, at one point, Wales controlled all of Great Britain and northern France, apart from Normandy.
I do
So
like the idea that like an English king conquers Wales and creates the Kingdom of Wales, and then decides, you know what, I'm gonna make Wales my primary title.
yeah, that is literally what happened. Well, no, what happened was the king that made Wales died, but his son, who took over, already had substantial parts of England and basically took 70% of the country, and then invaded the rest against his brothers.
So what I'm doing for anyone watching, I am
Anyone interested in the actual stuff?
in the
that's
actual
important.
stuff that's going on the screen. I am blobbing on the Photoshop document, and I'm taking the RGB values of the colors that I am just randomly picking. I'm keeping them all to roughly blue because that's the color of the area. Because in the game, you know, all the provinces, well, the counties, they all have, when they're in the same de jure kingdom or de jure duchy, they all have the same kind of color.
Like England is red, for instance.
Yeah, and most of the English counties and duchies are some shade of red, orange, or yellow. Yeah. So this kingdom is going to be like blue. So all the duchies and counties have to be some shade of like a greenish blue or like a
Iron or
purple or something like that.
turquoise or aquamarine or
Yeah. So right now it's I should swap those two around because I'm not going to be using that one alongside that one. Right now, let's get the RGB values and just pop them in here. 29, 113, 145, and then a barony name. Matt, this is another reason that I brought you in here, other than just being a talking person. Come up with a name for
I'm not inventing names. Oh, Christ.
Yes, because you need to name every single province, at least in the end result. But for now, you play us all their names.
You do realise 90% of the names I ever make is just from a name generator because I'm not creative with names.
Well,
I'll try. Do you have like? I'm guessing you have conventions. Or
yeah. So this kingdom is a halfling kingdom, and it's based like the D&D map itself is the way I came up with the shape of the continent is it's a upside down Great Britain that's been flooded up to like the highest point of sea level rise.
So you took Westeros and flooded it.
Well, no, I'm far more creative than that. What are you talking about? So
that ever blow your mind when someone shows you that
it's Westeros
is
with
just,
like
Westeros is just Ireland upside down with
like the
Great Britain
north
on top.
Yeah, so that's it there on the stream.
Yep.
So it's flipped upside down, Britain with thing. So this place, Farthrush, is in Cornwall, basically.
Okay.
So they've got very Cornish lifestyle or inspiration, I say.
I'm just going to zoom in on Cornwall and look at the. No, I'm not.
Yeah. So a lot of their place names end in ton or something like that. You know,
Like
similar things.
Helston and. Well, this is how bad English words are. Even I can't pronounce them sometimes.
Like it's like it's got like a name or word and then the suffix of ton or any other kind of English style like suffix to a town name.
Like like in the end of Chester.
Well, Chester is a suffix in itself. Manchester, Colchester, Winchester.
That's true. Is that suffix being linked to Roman towns actually true? Like more, if it's got Chester in it, it is a Roman town.
I don't know. I think it must be, surely.
I think so, but I've never.
I think it's to do with
fully looked
castle
it up.
or something. I mean, that's what I heard. That's probably not true at all, but yeah.
I'm thinking of provinces.
The music we have on the background is Stellaris, by the way. Just because that.
You're just doubling down on the paradox.
Yeah. Well, it fits my channel aesthetic more.
That's true.
So we got Barony of. So it's just south of the capital of this kingdom. And
Old.
the capital is Almedton, and it's on the river Almed.
Okay.
And this is on kind of like a tributary into the river Almed.
What about? I don't know how to pronounce these words. I'm just going to spell them for you, and then you could decide how to pronounce them.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
O-N-T.
O-N-T.
A-G-E-L.
E-L. Ontagel.
I don't think that's how you pronounce it.
You just spelled it to me without knowing how to pronounce it.
Well, there's a place called in CK3 in the Cornish county. There's a barony called Tintagel. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Oh.
And I just changed the T-I to an O because I'm inventive that way.
Ontagel. That's good. Yeah.
Don't.
We nod to the old Carnovians.
I suppose technically you could also use names from Brittany.
Hmm.
But they're
Yeah,
slightly
suppose.
more French.
Right, so we need a new duchy, and this is going to be the primary duchy of the kingdom. Duchy _ Midshire.
Here.
Midshire. Open bracket. Oh, this is the singing song in Stellaris that isn't actually in the game. Color equals minus. No. Color equals. What color is. I'll have to come up with the color of Almaden first, but.
How about aquamarine?
Aquamarine.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be the primary color of the kingdom,
Okay,
which is
maybe
going to be a
not.
dark blue.
Maybe like a
Aquamarine would be good for a coastal one, though.
Yeah. Navy blue's a bit too dark. Isn't it? What about Facebook blue?
Facebook blue. God, I can't. I hope that's not an actual color.
I bet it is. I bet it is. It must be. Must be, surely. Well, you know how I'm on to talk. You know how inventive people are with the names of things.
We like to shit on people for being uninventive, and then.
Yeah. Hey, if I admit that I'm uninventive, then I'm fine to insult other people for being uninventive. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're not being hypocritical.
That's what I mean.
Except
As
you
long as you
are.
admit, as long as you admit
As long
that
as
you're
you
a
admit
failure
there's
as
no harm
well,
done.
as long as you admit you were terrible as the people you're insulting, then it's fine. Although that doesn't work if you're insulting certain people. I'm not going to say who. You know who I mean. I'm not going to say it. If you say you were as bad as them, I don't think you should be, you know, cursing.
What are you talking
Anyway,
about?
right, we're getting off topic.
You're just rambling about nothing right now.
Yeah, I know. Right. Okay. How many provinces do you need?
How many provinces do I need? Well, let's say I've
Yeah.
got. I've already got 29, and that has made up. Oh,
99.
well, I've got 29, and that has made up. So these are the existing provinces. Them 29, and this is the map. So you know, still a good few to go. I would say. I think the game itself, the base game, has like several hundred. So yeah, it's gonna be a long process, but it's fine. It's almost cathartic in a way, modding like this. You know?
No, I don't.
No, you don't, because yes, yeah.
I could say yes, but I'd be lying. So
Well,
I'm
I
not
mean,
going
do you know the concept of catharsis?
No.
Almaton is the first barony, and equals bracket color, and we haven't got
There's a
that
lot
yet.
of places in Cornwall that begin with the letter B. Just so you know.
B.
I'm having a look at Cornish names, and there's a lot beginning with B
Nice.
and T. Lots beginning with like, holy hell, there's like 3 times as many T's as there are S's. Although the S's don't include the Saint place, like the St Ives and Saint whatever. I was gonna say Saint Helene, but that's not in Cornwall.
So this one is Ontagel then. Barony of Ontagel. That's quite good actually. Ontagel. Those need to be indented.
So, oh my god, there's like 20, 30, 40, there's like 40 places in Cornwall that all begin with TRE. Like Trevol, Trevone, Trevoric. Wow.
Just a kind of
There's a place called Venton Gimps.
Venton Gibbs. Sorry to any Cornish people who might be watching. One of our 3 viewers. We don't mean to be riffing on the culture.
There's funny place names all over this country.
Yes,
Might
there
as well laugh
is.
at them.
I mean, there's like places down in Cornwall, like Dong, I think. Like Bum or something. I don't know. 49.
Oh, dear. There is one place in Cornwall beginning with the letter Y. One.
Yes.
No, it's Yormbridge, I guess.
Wait,
Yormbridge?
isn't Yeovil? No, that's in Devon,
Yeovil.
isn't it?
No, it's Devon. Yeovil.
Oh gosh.
I went there. I went there once. It's a nice enough place.
For a football game.
Yes, it was. How did you know that?
Big surprise. It's like the only thing that town is known for is having a team that's
Why would I randomly just travel to Yeovil?
Yeovil Town. A team that's more famous than it really should be. Sorry to any Yeovil stands.
When we played them, they were in the 2nd tier, and I think they're now in the 4th or 5th. So they've had a massive drop off in the last few years or whatever. See, that's what I'm here for. Just random segues into the British sport.
Random segues into British sport. Well, at least we're getting, a market that I wouldn't have appealed to on my own. Alright. Layer via copy. Create clipping mask. His name is 30. And I'm going to choose the color that is...
Do you not think like the area you're working on right now sort of looks a bit like the shape of China?
The shape of China?
Like the right hand side, it's sort of that very similar sort of curving around. You know how you go from like Korea and it curves around?
Oh, that coastline. Oh, this
Yeah.
bit here. Yeah, actually. Just a little bit. Much smaller in scale, but...
You've just like stolen India and just removed it from the map. That's where the bay sort of area is on your map.
The very suspicious looking peninsula there.
I wasn't going to point that out, but yeah.
Can you believe to learn that peninsula is where my current party playing in this world has made their home? Right at the end of it.
Right at the tip as well. Oh.
It's right at the tip. Right in homes
Yeah.
here.
Your friends are all living on the tip of a peninsula.
The tip of the world, Schlong.
How many people are in this campaign?
There's 4
Usually.
at the minute. We had 6 at one point, and 2 have dropped out. Well, one's on extended leave. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know if he'll be coming back to it. Probably not. Like they joined when he joined late and he left early, if that makes sense. No.
He's the non-dependable one.
No, he was. It was just the going off to do some stuff
Oh.
and then not return. Much like me with your game. So this is Almaton.
Almonton.
Almond?
Almond Town.
No, I would not be putting nuts anywhere in my games. Banned. Absolutely.
So all the characters in your game are either eunuchs or women.
Oh, very clever. Very original, Matt.
That's as clever and original as the writing of season 6 to 8 of Game of Thrones, because that's basically what they were doing. Eunuch jokes all the time.
Here, don't.
I feel like every time Varys' face, you know how he did that like face? It wasn't actually Varys, it was the actor just being like, really?
Another one, yeah.
This is what you've reduced me to. My character is just there for Tyrion to make eunuch jokes about him all the time. I'm still sour about that. Season 8.
Yeah, it was really nasty.
You could see the writing on the wall, but like...
It's pretty annoying because Banbridge is getting very, like...
It's a tourist place.
It is a
because of
tourist place here
Thrones.
now, which is very annoying that it had to end so poorly.
Oh well. One good thing about it's not like an idiot. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. I was going to say one good thing about Ireland is that it's always very appealing to any sort of, well, I suppose any film, but fantasy films and fantasy TV shows tend to enjoy the. It's very unique scenery.
I mean, they filmed parts
Very
of the new Star Wars at Malin Head and things like
It's
that.
very different to, considering its proximity to Britain. It's very, very different in certain places. Like there's nothing like Giant's Causeway in Britain. Like nothing.
No.
It's such a strange anomaly.
A wonderful anomaly.
Is it a UNESCO It is a UNESCO place.
Yeah, I think it is. It's definitely national trust, but that's not why it has as much gravitas.
Mm.
Let's trace some rivers with the polygonal lasso tool.
So, in CK3, there are rivers at some point you're able to travel up using your ship, isn't there?
Yeah, those are kind of more great rivers dug into the thing, whereas
Mm.
because this map is
I was-
already so coastal, I don't think I'm going to really do that. Plus, height maps are terrible and horrible to use because the human eye is not used to, identifying.
mountains from a
Yeah, it's not used
top-down view.
it's not used to that level of like what's the word? Shades of grey, basically. It can't identify between different shades of grey that well.
Yeah.
There we go. Lovely.
On a positive, this has allowed me to learn more about Cornwall as a place.
Yes.
But
Need to learn a
another-
lot about the history of Old Carno.
Some of the places, one of the places called beginning with Z in Cornwall is Zenor, Zennor, which is a really cool sounding name.
It's like Xenor, like some space stuff. So yeah, this is the height map here. Currently, the only place that actually has definition is the peninsula I'm working on. But like, how are you supposed to tell what is? Like, you can see the vague outline of the coast and here, but those are like cliffs almost there. Like,
Yeah.
it is quite difficult to tell the difference. And like, this isn't very high. But like, how would you know that? Like, it's a scale of 0 to 100, and where is this on the scale without reference of what 0 and what 100 is? You know?
Yeah.
So just comparing to my height map for getting the next province in.
I will say, anyone who has any suggestions for names of provinces, please help me.
Oh, absolutely. We both need help with that.
Yes, we both need help, that's true, but we also need help with names as well.
That'll do for a province. They don't need coastline.
There's actually a novel, a 1993 novel by Helen Dunmore, which is called Zenor in Darkness, and it's set in and around the village in 1917, when D.H. Lawrence lived by, apparently.
That sounds like a sci-fi novel. Zenor in Darkness.
Well, the 1994 McKittrick Prize, which is awarded for debut novels for writers over 40. That is a very specific prize.
That's a really specific award.
But fair play.
Yeah, fair play indeed. Debut novels for writers over 40.
Apparently, she was a poet originally, primarily, and then decided to write. Penguin actually took up her book,
Oh, cool.
published it, which is quite cool.
There we go, folks. A bit of history on a somewhat
Obscure
book.
Apparently, it's about a young artist during the First World War.
Oh.
So-
Hence the In Darkness.
I feel like any book that's set between the years 1914 and 1918 and 1939 and 1945 will always have at least a significant part about the war.
Yeah. No, well,
Oh,
I do kind of want to see.
It's 1916. Let's just have a story about I don't know,
A
cattle
horse.
ranching
Oh, they're off to
in the
war.
Midwest. That's all it's about. Nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, it's always at least used as like a framing device.
Yeah.
Ooh, I've been forgetting to add them to this. Right, so Elmerton 31 is. That's 33. 31 is that one.
Oh.
Actually.
What?
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 What are you
What?
saying?
No, I was just there's a place in Cornwall called Salem, and I didn't know that.
Is
That's
that
cool.
the original Salem?
I mean, I imagine it. Let's be honest. Most of the places in America are not original names, are they? Usually,
No.
they're usually either from Britain, France, occasionally Germany, as well as invoking Native American names into culture as well. So I imagine this Salem is probably the original Salem.
This Salem. Yeah. I have heard of a few Salems in different places.
Wow, there's a lot of Salems. There's 2 in Germany, there's 3 in Israel, there's a few in India, there's a couple in Sweden, there's 4 in Britain, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's a lot in America. Holy mother of God. There's like 30 in America. There's one in Burma, there's one in Ontario, there's one in Montserrat, there's one in Spain.
Salem? In Spain?
Yeah, Salem in Valencia.
Maybe like
municipality.
Salem or something.
Yeah, probably. Well, actually, looking at it, it looks like there's a Salem in nearly every US state. Like there's Alabama, there's 2 in Arkansas, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, 2 in Georgia, Illinois, Indiana. There's 4 in Indiana. 4. There's 4 Salems in Indiana.
I think I've pressed put the numbers in wrong. Here, the colors in wrong. 181.
Wow. There's a band, an Israeli band called Salem, and they're an Israeli extreme metal band.
Extreme metal.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It is. But it's also the setting of the the US soap opera Days of Our Lives. I did not know that. That's interesting. I never knew
Isn't that one the one from Friends?
Yeah, it's a real show.
Is it a real show?
Yeah, of course it is. Do you not know that?
I thought they just made it up for the show.
Oh.
I thought they weren't allowed to use like.
Well, I imagine it's probably all by the same network. That's probably why.
Are you sure it's a real show?
I'm pretty sure it is. Unless if it is a fiction, so basically they made a fake. If it isn't a real show, they've basically made a fake place for a fake show in a TV show.
Well, it could be a real place, but a fake.
You're getting too many levels of meta.
A real place, but a fake show.
I'm pretty certain Days of Our Lives is a real show. I'm sure it is. I'm not
Google it. We have the power of information at our fingertips.
There's 14,000 episodes of Days of Our Lives. Been on screens for almost 60 years nearly. Started in 1965.
Is this right? Yeah. Now the question is that definitely the one that Joey is in on
I
On
mean,
Friends.
I would assume so. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
Welcome to the
Yeah.
Friends Hour, where we
The show
discuss
has been the show has been parodied by the sketch comedy series However,
parodied. Oh,
and the sitcom Friends, with some cast members making crossover appearances on the show. As in cast members of Days of Our Lives
of
appearing
Days
on
of Our
Friends.
Lives. That's weird. Usually, when stuff like that happens, it's like, oh, we've joined fake name McFake name.
It's like finding out. It's like imagining watching The Simpsons and they're watching Family Guy, and then realizing that Family Guy is a real TV show as well. That's how I would compare.
Yeah,
it.
that is weird. I mean,
Imagine how many different people? 60 odd years, well, nearly 60 years. This show's been on. Imagine how many people have worked on.
yeah, how do you even follow that as well? Where do you start if you want to watch it?
Like I said, there's 14,000 episodes roughly.
Do you start at episode 1 in the 1960s?
And there were 30 minutes for the first decade, and then there were 60 minutes from then on. So that's a lot of time.
There's a lot of long episodes as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that it's simply referred to as Duel. Like DOOL, Duel.
Duel. That's horrendous. Oh, I'm gonna watch Duel tonight. Oh, like a duel of swords or a duel of guns? No, I'd say a soap, Days of Our Lives, that has been parodied in Friends. I can't believe that's real.
And technically, that's not accurate if you're doing the acronym, because it'd be DOL, because you don't count that OL as part of the acronym usually.
Ah, well.
So it'd be DOL.
I'm
watching DOL tonight.
That's a very dull show. So adding the color here for Allmouth. 30s. I need the bracket. 36, 33, 181.
When you said it's intensely time-consuming thing, you were being totally.
I was being totally correct. Yeah,
yes.
I had a guy in the chat on the stream I did this afternoon talking about how he's making a mod that changes the mechanics of combat. So if you're the leader of your army, you can go into this like checkers style almost tactics simulator, which would be very good because I think the combat in this game definitely needs more immersive mechanics.
I wish it was there was ability for you to make it a bit more like. One game I remember from when I was younger, I used to enjoy playing was Total War, because of that more strategic and more involved way of combat.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also, it was just cool to watch men on horses beat the shit out of people. That was cool. It was like a 10-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Sending just thousands and thousands of little guys running at each other. It was awesome. I wish I could be a kid again and get the simplest joys out of simple things.
Yeah, like I find that going back to a lot of games that I played as a kid, I don't find them enjoyable anymore because I've been spoiled by like modern gameplay, graphics, mechanics, all that. And then you go back to like a game from the early 2000s, you're like, this is so simple and it's so dull now.
I think, and the thing is though, games from about 10 years ago are still decent to look at and playable, but you can tell there's much more passion and creativity involved in creating them than newer games today. And I think whenever I play newer games today, that you get that sense of like it's not as good as it possibly could have been.
Yeah.
There are some that are still pretty exceptional, but there are plenty that aren't.
I think a lot of them do need remasters to make them enjoyable again.
That's why I'm excited for the KOTOR one.
Yes, I really love
I
that
never
period.
really got into KOTOR because I just couldn't
The
get
gameplay is
past
so bad.
how bad it is compared, because I started playing it for the first time 3 or 4 years ago.
Like,
So, yeah.
I just find that style of RPG gameplay that is so prevalent in MMOs and stuff, it's just
Mhm.
so boring. I want a bit more action in my gameplay than that. But it's so annoying because KOTOR is obviously such an interesting world and game and
Mm.
story. It's not canon anymore, but like, yeah, I would love to.
Excuse me. Like, the Old Republic's fine.
Oh, I
It's a
see you've been
decent game.
playing it, yeah.
It's a fun enough game, but yeah. It's the story's decent, but like I said, I feel like that game could have been amazing, but it's sort of, it's not bad, but it's not great either. It's just kind of
Yeah.
it's like a lot of games that come out nowadays. I'm just like, yeah, okay.
Cliff Keep.
Let me know when you need another brilliantly ingenious name.
Well,
I
I'm
have a
sorted for
few.
now. Oh, have you got another one in the chamber
Uh,
ready to fire?
Yeah,
Right, remember that one.
it's more like Russian roulette, to be honest. Like, most of the chambers are empty, and then there's one that's just, well, not. I was trying to be eloquent, and I just ended up going nowhere. Oh, and yes, I beat them. Shouldn't be celebrating that, but yay, Denmark won.
Oh, you beat Denmark.
The only problem is that they started it, so I didn't gain any territory. I just bankrupted them and made them lose all their prestige. But that's fine.
To
I
the
also,
sound of Stellaris music.
yeah. Wait, what? What? I didn't even realize one of my vassals has somehow become king of Finland, as well as Western France.
Are you an emperor?
I think I am. Yeah, I'm the Empire of Man and the Isles because I took over the Isle of Man. And well, there's a decision that allows you to basically make the Isle of Man like an impenetrable,
Oh,
godly place,
cool.
where it basically gives you the ability to build all of the buildings on your castle holding, and gives you, like, I think it's 5,000 men.
Right. Time to test in the game and see if these provinces actually show up.
Well,
Game
we'll see.
settings, launch in debug mode.
So how long do you reckon it'll take you to complete this map, so I can go in there and just
just destroy the world?
Yeah, I wasn't going to
A
say that, but yeah.
playable version is literally as soon as the provinces go down, but there'll be everything will be randomly generated, and the culture will be called Testish, religion will be called Testish, there'll be none of the races, and even militaries don't show up. I'd need to manually place all the settlements and everything, so probably a long time.
Okay.
Oh crap, that is loud.
Well, when you complete it and you've given your life to this, and you've lost everything because you devoted your life to this, let me know if it's worth it.
Here, it's a hobby. Modding is a hobby.
It is. It is. I mean, I spend hours just applying mods to my game, so I can imagine how long it takes to make even the simplest.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten to the point in quite a few games where I spend more time modding them than actually playing them. Like, I spend loads of time modding them, trying to get everything to work fine, and then I go in and I'm like, oh, it works fine. Oh, I'm bored now.
Yeah, I did that with modding Victoria 2. I modded like a country into it, And then when I finished doing that, I was like, yay! I don't know how to play Victoria 2. And I just kind of was like,
Oh,
oh, right.
the first time I ever played that game, I was an idiot and decided to pick Texas.
Oh, you dumbass.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool. I can play Texas and I can join the US. And I forgot, oh yeah, Texas is at war with Mexico.
And also,
And
if
then I
you
was
join
like,
the US,
game over. Yeah, I found that out after like 10 years. I was like, oh, I'll just join the US and I'll become part. I assumed it was a bit like CK, like
no,
Crusader Kings, where you
no.
become a vassal. But then I was like,
Crusader Kings is the only one
yeah.
that you play as non-independent vassals, like within a realm.
And then I was like, oh, yay, I'm joining the US. It's going to be a. Oh, wait. Okay. Game's over. Oh.
You play at the top tier of every country.
Hmm.
Only. I'm really excited for Victoria 3. I don't know if you've been looking at the stuff for it.
I have not.
It seems amazing. The way they're doing combat is a bit more like Hearts of Iron 4, but no micromanaging. The screenshots look amazing for it. The way they're doing flags is that flags are no longer just images. What?
I'm just picturing you as putting your head on top of Sheldon from Big Bang Theory and just fun with flags.
I like flags.
I do. They're interesting, but like, yeah, you know.
I think they could be very fun.
Name a flag that has purple in it.
The Spanish Republican flag from
That doesn't exist. Name an
Second
actual
World War.
flag that exists.
Flag with purple in it. I'm fairly certain one of the Caribbean countries does. I can't remember
Might
which
be
one.
right. I'm not sure. I wasn't fact checking. I was just seeing if you actually knew.
No, purple has been a very rare color in flags just because of how
Expensive
uncommon it was during the age of like when flags became a thing. So there's the barony of Almond, the county of Almond.
Can you make the Baron be me?
Kind of looks a little like you with blonde hair.
No.
Maybe that gets a bit more.
I mean, he looks like me because he's a man. That's about it, really.
You
That's
put glasses on him, shave off his thing, turn his hair black.
My hair is not black. Everyone says that it's not. It's like, it's one step up into brown from black. That's how dark it is, but it's not black. Brown, very dark brown. One major grab I have, so just let me have it.
Okay. Why do you not like? Why? What have you got against black hair? I have black hair.
I don't know. I think it's because my dad has black hair and I don't like him, so.
Okay. Just a thing to put out on the internet.
Who cares? Who cares? Not me. And not anybody else, to be honest. Let's be honest.
Right, there we go. I'll actually do that.
Oh no, I died.
What? But you've got
Died.
an heir, right?
Yeah, I do. There were... Holy Mother of God! I did not realize this. There are 1,245 members of my dynasty.
Oh my god! Have you been playing since 795?
Yes, I have.
The start
And
date.
yeah, I actually. Oh damn it! I'm not playing in Iron Man mode, am I? If I was playing in Iron Man mode, is there an achievement for having like multiple people be kings from your dynasty?
I don't know if there's an achievement, but there's definitely
A thing.
Oh, Dynasty of Many Crowns is something.
I've got that. I got that because I had about 12 different kingdoms that were part of my dynasty. Because I don't know how it happened because I didn't do it. I think I helped one member of my dynasty become king of effectively Germany, and they sort of took over Italy and lower part of France, so like Aquitaine and all that, and then parts of Spain. And then when they died, obviously all the kingdoms split apart. So basically, Italy, Aquitaine, Navarre, Denmark as well, Bohemia all became separate kingdoms. So then I had about 6 or 7 different members of my dynasty having their own separate kingdom, which was ridiculous. And all of that just from the tiny little part of the Isle of Man and Northern France. Oh, we have Novgorod as well. I don't know how we've got Novgorod. I'll do that.
Novgorod?
Yes. Yes, we have Sicily, Italy, Brittany, Western France, Aquitaine, England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, Finland, and Novgorod. Now, I have just inherited. Well, my character has just inherited the Isle of Man and Normandy. Bits of Normandy. I have. How many do I have? I have 6,990 men at arms, which is awesome. And they're all heavy cavalry, because why not? just blitz people with my insane amount of heavy cavalry. And I haven't reformed the Norse faith, so I can still raid as well, which is awesome. So I'm raiding on heavily armed and armored horsemen.
You're still pagan.
Yes. And yet there's been no. Well, I was going to say there's been no crusade, but that's probably because Catholicism is dead in this game.
Oh.
Italy, France, Britain. Italy, France, and Britain are all Norse, but Norway, Denmark, and Sweden are all Catholic. That's
How did that go on?
That's cool. All the traditional Catholic places are all Norse, and all the traditional Norse places.
Yeah. Right. We're going for. Boop, boop. Sis. 64, 62, 153. Irony of. Give me a name, Matt. What's that name you had in the chamber?
Oh, yeah, I forgot it.
I specifically told you to remember.
I got on a tangent of stuff. One sec. I know it's a real place. I just forgot it. Where is it? 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 It begins with R. Riscassa.
Riscassa.
R-E-S key. B-A-S-S-A.
Riscassa. What's that based after?
That's just a hamlet in Cornwall.
It's a hamlet. It's a real place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or what about Readmore?
Readmore?
Yes.
R-E-A-D more. Just telling people who play this mod to read more. Yeah, there we go. Read more. A little. The barony of Readmore. That works really well, actually. Thank you for that one. And we're gonna create a new.
That is something that everybody should do. Is read more.
Mm-hmm. Read more. Anybody watching?
The hypocrisy of me saying that because I haven't read a book in about 10 years, but whatever.
Yeah, reading is just not.
I don't read books. I do read lots of things. I like to pick up lots of information, but I don't just sit down and read a book. I might just look up certain facts or little bits of trivia, or just I hear about something on like a podcast or whatever, and I'm like, oh, let's read more about that. That's what I mean as reading.
No, I read a lot in terms of like information reading, but not for fictional reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get to the end of a History Matters video and I'm like, what books does he recommend? I'm like, I cannot be asked reading all them books. I'll just learn a little bit.
History Matters is very good. Watch History Matters, people. That's a very good and very, very bite-sized history series on YouTube, partially animated.
It's particularly good if you're studying A-level history. I think he's mentioned in the past that he tries to. He has a bit of
studying A-level
humour
history in England.
Yes, he does kind of key his videos towards that kind of demographic, that kind of level.
So there's
anyone can.
Read
anyone
more?
can. They're just interesting. They're just interesting to watch.
Yeah, they are.
And
he
lets you know about some of the most random things, like how the Dutch ate their prime minister once.
Yes, that was a good episode.
Like that kept popped up and I was like, really? What happens?
This is something I wanted to know.
Yeah, I feel like there's so many videos that are just like, no one ever thought about learning about this, but now I do. It's kind of cool.
Right, read more. Color is.
And his dry humor is perfect.
Yeah, it's very good, especially when people die. He came down with a case of the deads.
All of his well jokes.
He was suddenly struck with not living anymore. His what jokes?
His well jokes. Every time he says well, a well appears on the screen.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Province.
And the death noise. Thud.
Yeah. I like it when he has flags in the background but can't be bothered in filling in the details. Like the US flag where it's just like stars.
So many stars.
That is a very good channel. If anyone has not seen it, it's definitely
I imagine most people who are interested in CK3 have probably seen a couple.
Yeah, maybe even just showing up.
That's how I got interested in his stuff.
It might be a little off-putting at first, especially if you despise Roblox or Minecraft, because the characters are all made of squares and rectangles.
And because of he's very time limited, he's quite fast. So if you're not able to keep up,
yes, they're all within a few minutes or 10 minutes for the longer episodes.
Yeah. You know why he had to reduce them from 10 minutes? Because he doesn't do 10-minute videos anymore. Because I think it was to do with the algorithm and how it was reducing, and also the fact that he was reduced revenue, that he couldn't commit enough time to do 10-minute videos anymore.
Oh yeah,
which is annoying.
I thought that 10-minute videos were the ones that the algorithm loved.
Initially, but I think because he started to talk more about some parts of history that people don't like to talk about.
Yes, okay.
It's sort of punished him a little bit, and then also he wasn't making enough money that he was just like, I can't commit to making 10-minute videos every week. So he just snipped him down.
Alright. Still videos every week.
Yep. Moral of the story, YouTube's a shite place.
Yes, indeed. 83,
That's why
81.
Patreon is such an awesome thing. support the people you want without giving money to
Yes, exactly.
mega
Independent creators.
corporations.
Not that I have a Patreon.
I was
not
not
doing
segue.
That would have been a great segue. But, sadly, no. I don't think anyone would actually be on it. But for now, Matt, new name.
Yes. Christ, you gave me like an hour last time. I only have 5 minutes now.
The color on the map is somewhat violet, so maybe use that as inspiration. Violet.
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 How about I said Beauregard.
Urton.
I was gonna say Beauregard, like Violet Beauregard, but no.
Ersby.
What about
What about? Waterbout. That's a good one, because it's on a river.
That's true.
Waterbout. That's actually quite good.
Yes, that was all me.
Yeah. I mean, when I asked the guy in the stream earlier for a game, he said something and then said, "Wait, no," and I was like, "Ah, yes, wait, no, that is a good place," and now it is solidified in the game.
Oh, dear.
County of Waitno.
Oh,
Color equals.
has anybody ever wanted like? Has anybody ever created the HRE in CK3? Like, have you ever done it?
Me? I haven't done that because I don't really find. I find the HRE to be quite not boring, but annoying. They're a bit too much of a strong power. I don't really like starting in 1066 either if I'm starting in like continental Europe or something, because they're just such a power like structure there. I like it when it's still mostly just smaller kingdoms and stuff to begin with. I have reformed the Roman Empire because, I mean, who doesn't, or who doesn't at least attempt? And I've got the achievement from it, from the ashes. That was quite fun. And I abandoned the save as soon as I did that. Basically,
I've just realised I've basically made Third Reich.
Oh dear! What? Wait, no, it would be the first. Right.
Well, I mean, in terms of the land that I have northern France and also western France, with the bit towards the southeast independent. I have Denmark, Norway, and Sweden not under my control, but you know, they're owned by my dynasty, so sort of are under my control. Germany, obviously. Mm-hmm. Italy is technically an ally because they're my dynasty, so God. Basically made great. Now I want my kingdom to be attacked. Do you ever find that you hardly ever declared war on?
Yeah, I find that, and when you are, it's always at the very worst moment.
Well, yeah, that's the point, though, isn't it? Really,
they'll always do it just as you're busy focusing on some other war of your own making.
That's what any sensible leader would do, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, a sensible leader would not declare war.
Yeah, well, if you see that your main enemy is distracted by something else and you have an opportunity to take some territory off them, then you are going to declare war.
Yes, yeah.
Just like the Welsh did for about 100 years. Every time England just went into chaos, they were like, let's just take back some of our territory. Like, it took us nearly 200 years to take over Wales. Same with Scotland. That's why it took even longer. Because one would invade, Scotland would invade from the north and be like, oh, we'll take this, and then we'd be like, no, get back, and then we'd try and invade Scotland, and they were like, no, get back, and then it just kept going backwards and forwards and backwards
And
and
that's where the
forwards and backwards
song
and forwards.
"Get Back" by the Beatles came from. Just no response at all for that one.
Oh, did you not hear my very audible sigh?
No, I think
I was just like,
it was censored by the
by
just
thing.
Discord
Yes.
censoring.
Yeah. Well, I have to put it on really low sensitivity because of my keyboard, and I don't think you want to hear my incessant tapping. I did
No.
that.
New name.
Yeah.
Quite central, on a main road. Anyone in chat?
Is it Old Chapel?
Old.
As in,
I've already got Old Hold elsewhere.
what about AULD Chapel? Even though it makes no sense.
For old acquaintance be forgot. Old Chapel, yeah. Old Chapel. Is Chapel spelled EL or LE at the end? It's EL, isn't it?
EL, yes.
Yeah. Old Chapel. There you go.
That'd be Chappelle, wouldn't it? LE.
Chappelle. Shapley. Chapel?
Chappelle.
It would still be
yeah.
Chapel.
Yeah, it would be, because it's got to have an E.
Just not correctly spelled.
I'm like such an idiot.
Yes, you are. Is this in related to any specific incident?
Just in general, that well, I'm from the north, so you know I can't speak English anyway. So
The North.
that was one thing that always annoyed me about watching Game of Thrones.
Why?
Because you could tell the actors that were clearly putting on northern accents because it sounded nothing like.
Yeah, it didn't sound.
Like Jon Snow. every time he was speaking, he would. He would sound like a bloody gorilla.
Yeah. He was kind of doing the stereotype, to be honest.
You're my queen. That's what he sounded like in my head.
To him, speaking Northern meant speaking out of, like, literally your lungs.
Your mouth doesn't move, and you just expel all the air.
No! They killed off their only main proper Northerner in the first season. Spoilers for Game of Thrones from 10 years ago.
Yeah, you've had your chances. You won't fall.
Don't get into it. Well, I'm in two minds about that. Get into it because the journey is very fun, but the end is terrible.
Watch it so you know what everyone else is feeling. And
yeah, you know what we all mean when we say, what a shame.
Tell you what series did end on quite a good note that I've been watching a lot is The Expanse. That ended quite well.
I haven't seen that.
You should definitely watch it. It's a science fiction show that relies more on the science than the fiction.
Cool.
Like they have the ships are oriented vertically, so the artificial gravity is created by acceleration.
That is very cool. Although you need to be accelerating at a constant speed for that.
Yeah, they accelerate at 9.81 meters per second, but you strap in and they sort of pump you full of stuff so they can do high thrust maneuvers.
Oh wow!
To actually get up to a decent speed, and then you spend half the journey accelerating, and then you flip around and you spend half the journey decelerating at 9.81 meters per second.
That is very cool.
Which is a very good show. Highly recommend on Amazon Prime. 6 seasons.
You know what also
finished.
is a very good show that's just come out on Amazon Prime?
What?
Legend of Vox Machina.
Oh, that is true.
Have you seen?
No.
No, I watched the first 3 episodes and I really enjoyed it.
I struggle to ever get into critical roles, so I'm not as obsessed with it as other people.
No, I was not. It like
But
I showed it
I might watch
to
it.
I showed it to Susanna, and she really enjoyed it, despite very much disliking any form of D&D, not just Critical Role.
So I might give it a try, but
It is
We'll see.
very good. It's very watchable for people who haven't. In fact, I think people who haven't seen Critical Role might enjoy it more because because it's season 1 of Critical Role, and they use the first arc in the show is from I'm not going to spoil anything, obviously. The first arc in the show is from pre-stream, but it's something they've talked about a lot. And the second arc in the show is something that happened about 25, 30 episodes into the stream. So I know what's going to happen already with that, and I knew what was going to happen with the first thing, but it's still like really enjoyable, and I think you'd probably enjoy it more if you haven't actually seen it.
Yeah.
Just because you would maybe be able to, you'd have that first experience of feeling those maybe twists and turns within the series that you don't get from watching it again. But it's really good. The animation is amazing. It reminds me a little bit of Castlevania, the one on Netflix.
I haven't watched that either.
You haven't watched that either. Very good.
I'll just say this. There's only one show that's new on Netflix that I've ever watched, and that's The Witcher. Every other thing I've ever watched on Netflix is an old show.
Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty.
Oh, valley of plenty. Oh.
The internet cut out just in the middle of you singing that note, and it's like a really robotic over.
Well, that's just me singing.
You get robotic guttural stops in the middle of your singing. No,
that way, that province you're on right now looks like a statue of a man, like a man with his arms crossed praying, like facing to the right. He's got his arms in his hands in his big. He looks like Varys. How Varys walks around in Game of Thrones. That's what he looks like. He's bald. He's got his arms crossed in front of him, and he's sort of head down a little bit.
He's got some proper junk in the trunk. Count Ogier is his name. Oh wow.
Yeah, the only stuff I watched on Netflix is old shows, mainly Star Trek stuff, to be honest.
Star Trek.
Oh, actually, I'm lying. I have watched Drive to Survive as well.
Drive to Survive.
It's the F1 show.
Oh,
basically,
right. Okay.
The dramatization of F1 to make it more appealing to other people.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think of what it. I don't know. I don't watch enough stuff to know what to compare it to. But it's basically it just follows this season that's just gone by, and picks out like the interesting stories that go on. Over dramatizes them, I think. Makes them more dramatic than they actually are. But actual F1 fans, it adds a bit of extra, because it adds a bit of extra. I'm trying to think of the word. It allows you to get inside the world a bit more, because unlike more sports, F1 is very behind the camera stuff. You don't see as much as you'd like to. They're not as transparent with things as other sports. So like you don't see necessarily see what's going on behind the scenes between the teams. Like a couple of seasons ago, there was a team that basically copied another team, and a lot of other teams were just losing their shit over it. And it was relatively calm publicly, but when you watch the show, you could see what actually was going on.
Yeah.
Like people just absolutely going mental over it.
Damn.
But yeah, if you like F1, watch that show. It's interesting, but if you're a proper fan, you'll think that it's a bit extreme.
No, I've never really been that interested in F1. Fast
Yeah.
cargo, brum. Why is that anti-aliasing? I've turned that off.
Struggling?
Hmm?
Are you struggling?
There's the
Being
it's
non-cooperative.
automatically anti-aliasing.
I don't know if that's a word.
Alienising. Anti-aliasing? Anti-aliasing. The when I try and do a delete task.
Hmm. Oh, you're
Which
making
is
Varys
amazing.
skinnier. What are you doing?
I'm cutting
Le-
off his.
le-
He's still
leave
got
my
that massive
Varys
junk
alone.
in the trunk over there. I'm just gonna add another county to this duchy. I'll go for here.
Oh, excuse me.
This is going to unvaricize. Unvaricize? Sounds horrible.
Well, that's
Like a
what
medical
Danny
procedure.
did. Oh shit! Spoilers. Spoilers. if you haven't-
Danny DeVito.
Yeah, Danny DeVito.
Unvaricized.
Varys.
No. Himself.
I'm just picturing like loads of snippets of Always Sunny just in Game of Thrones. In certain scenario.
That's close to the Always Sunny theme tune, maybe?
Mm,
Yeah, I agree. I will myself. I'll Minecraft villager noise me.
huh.
Huh.
Huh? Huh? I think that is literally out. It must be out. They recorded it. Someone was just stood in front of a microphone with their nose held, going. Huh? Huh? Huh?
Yeah. With all
Bet
of
they just got-
Minecraft's money now.
They just got the guy who voiced Squidward and said, "Come in and just make lots of Squidward noises, please."
We want to pay homage to Squidward
Hmm.
with the nose noise
I mean,
he makes.
They also gave them like massive noses as well, so it's possible. There's that.
Oh my god. You know, I could have made this easier.
How? Explain how you would have
For
made
the
it easy.
colors, I could have just made them all RGB, all three, the number of the province. So province 1 would have an RGB of 111. Province 2 would have an RGB of 222. So everything would be shades of grey, just like the height map, but it means that I would be able to easily type.
So
it
you'd
all
have
in.
like, if you had like 50 provinces, you'd have 50 shades of grey.
Yes, good jokes, Matt. You're here for the good jokes. You're here for the cream of the crop references that we really.
Cream of the crop.
Cream of
That's
the
not
crop.
something you want. That's not something you want.
No. Okay, let's go back to come up with a name for this province.
So what have we got already? We've got all what's it called? I can't even remember what they call Almonton, that one.
Well,
and then you've got
this duchy is called Moresby,
Moresby.
or County of
you-
Moresby. Yeah.
We had another Moor, didn't we? What was that? Oh, was it? What's the Moor one?
Well, actually, the town can be Moresby, and the county can be
Great Moresby.
Great Moresby, or more count. Count more. There we go. We're telling people to count more and read more. I don't know why we tell people to count more, because I think people use maths all the time. In fact, probably more than most people want to.
Yeah, I feel like language is more of a useful thing to get people to use correctly.
Well, you don't read books to learn language, Matt.
I did. That's why I can't speak so good, me.
That's not why people tell you to read books.
I know. I did pick up certain parts of vocabulary from reading books.
Right, let's get this.
Mainly because I've read a word, I was like, "What the freaking hell does that mean?" And then I'd look it up. Although sometimes it's led to awkward scenarios where I've said a word based on how I thought it was pronounced, and then it isn't how it's actually pronounced, and I look like an idiot. Like, the first time I ever read the name Persephone, I
the
thought,
Greek goddess.
yeah, I thought it was Persephone.
Yeah, but Persephone isn't exactly a common word in English, and it doesn't even
Yeah.
follow like English language rules.
But still,
I don't think it's a problem to read that as Persephone.
yeah, it is. It is when you say it so confidently, like that.
Oh, was
but,
it in front of like a class at school
no,
or something?
No, it was just like, I can't even remember what it was. It was in front of several people, and I look like a fucking idiot.
Right, let's see. You're gonna say that this just looks like Varus with big badonkadonks now.
The worst word I ever messed up was chiropodist.
Was what?
Chiropodist.
What did you say?
Chiropodist.
That's not that bad. Persephone is quite good though. There you go. That doesn't look like Varus anymore. It looks like a Buddhist statue wearing a backpack now.
Yeah. How do you? I'm guessing. How do you like generate the environment, or does it just do it for you?
So you draw a height map, which is currently the rest of the world is just
Flat.
the flat height map, and then you can go into the terrain editor and the map editor and raise the different areas,
Mountains
and stuff, and then you paint the ground
forests
with hills, farmland, mountains, stuff. I'm gonna make these look a bit nicer at some point.
So
you then add the forests and things.
It's very similar to how like you would do that in a actual D&D map creator.
Yeah,
sort of
kind of. Yeah,
paint the environment how you want.
Just there's an extra dimension to it.
Yeah.
And then you have to delete for basically for the rivers. You have to create a PNG for the rivers, which looks like this eye blinding stuff. Eye warning, guys. Eye warning. Warning for your eyes. So this is what the rivers look like on it.
Okay.
So it's all the land is white, all the ocean and water and lakes is pink, and it's anti-aliased on this picture viewer, but yeah, they're individual pixels. So
that's your Persephone.
Yeah, anti-aliased. But the rivers start with a green pixel. And then there's different shades of blue. They have to be very specific shades. In fact, the tutorial I was watching had their own like swatch used for it with the different colors in it. But as the blues get darker, the river gets wider, and these red dots are where rivers connect with each other. Now, it's not perfect. Sometimes they can look pretty nasty. But yeah, that's basically the concept of the rivers.
Mm-hmm.
And they look all right, I guess. Oh, you see here, it's not perfect. Like this one doesn't fully connect to this river, but you get the gist of it. And that is coming out of the ground near the lake rather than the lake itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was going to say, do you reckon anyone actually uses this to make D&D maps and uses them? But I bet there is. Must be someone.
What, this?
Yeah.
I mean, there is a 3D D&D game thing. I can't remember what it's called, but it just looks like far too much work for each session if you're creating like
maybe if you just wanted to make your like you are doing, just make your entire map and make it more, I don't know, tangible, more visible, more interactable. And also, when you're done, you could always just be like, I want to play a Crusader Kings game in my world.
In my world. Well, that's the thing. I want to do this. And then share it with people. Because, we've created a world that is so... I don't want to say so rich in lore. That just sounds a bit
Devoid of any creativity. That's probably not.
There you go. We've created a world that is so devoid of any creativity, and we want to share it with as many people as possible, and make them as dull as possible, as days of our lives as possible.
Oh God! How many stories? Like 14,000 episodes. Do you think how many stories?
Oh,
are
there's
repeat?
bound to be repeated. Yeah, that's right. We're back onto the days of our lives from earlier in this stream.
Yeah, anyone who's stuck around long enough to remember
Only
the
true
start.
OGs from about an hour ago will know this. Oh, I think that's. I still think that's bizarre. I don't know how friends can get away with it using the exact name of Days of Our Lives.
It must be the same network, surely.
Ah, it's gotta be, yeah. Right, new name.
Quite
Quite central to a lot of provinces. It borders 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could be 7 provinces around it. Gives a name.
Wait, 1 sec.
Anyone in chat, if you have a name suggestion for a town, which ends in a suffix "ton" or something, some English type suffix, please give us ideas, because you're reaching the end of our creative well after 37 names.
I tried to find translation for centre into Cornish. Nope.
Center.
Yeah, because you said it's the centre of 7 provinces, so I thought.
Oh, Center 7. Sept Center. No. Center Sept. No.
And centre sept sounds a bit weird.
Heptacenter. No, that sounds like where you go to get
No.
hepatitis. I've already used mid for the actual duchy. Hub. Oh, hub could be the suffix. Something hub.
More hub.
More hub. No, that's a bit close to something else that ends in hub that sounds quite suspect.
It's not really. Is
And it's
it?
not in the county of Moresby, so that's gone.
Oh.
Okay.
I can't think. Bear with. I will find you an excellent name.
Abbott Hub. It's a hub where you can get a bed. You know, a bed hub.
No.
Creativity, guys. This is what we're here for.
No.
No, indeed.
No.
I don't know. A bed hub is a bit.
Where's the goddamn town name generator?
That's cheating. There you go. In honor of Matt, we shall name it Cheat Hub, or Cheathub if you want.
Oh, what about the Latin word for? Well, I was going to say the Latin word for centre is centre, is it? Or is it centrum?
It's very close. Well, we'll name that one Cheat Hub. You can come
Well,
up
I mean,
with the next
like,
one.
and you could end it in trum.
Trum.
That was good.
Cheatrum. Oh yeah, there you go. That's good. Cheatrum. A place of scoundrels and thieves.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scam and villainy. Don't know why he sounded like a mustache twirling villain, but he
That
does.
does not sound like Ben Kenobi.
Well, it sounded more like Ben Kenobi than Ewan McGregor's version of Ben Kenobi.
What is Ewan McGregor's version of Ben Kenobi?
Well,
You mean just Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yeah. It's just a posh guy. He doesn't sound anything like Alec Guinness. It's disgrace. It's terrible performance.
Just giving reviews of Ewan McGregor here.
Remember when Star Wars was just awesome? And now it's just the same as Game of Thrones. It's just like, oh, that used to be
Well,
good.
the films are, but my God, have you seen what should we call it? Have you seen the Clone Wars, Rebels, Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett? They're all amazing.
No. I have not. I
I'm
don't
gonna
watch
pay
many
homage
things.
to Cornwall here and name this county
Warren Call.
Cerno.
Current
Cerno, because that's the Cornish name for Cornwall, I believe. It's not
I mean-
spelt like that. I'm gonna spell it differently, obviously, but Cerno.
There's a film studio name generator. What the hell?
Film studio name generator.
Yeah, I'm on the awesome website Fantasy Name Generators.
People
which
can't
is
be generating or creating that many film
Gen-
studios on a daily basis, can they?
Gentle Deer Film Company, Electric Heart Films, Active Pig Studios,
Active Pig Studios.
Motion Sphere Pictures.
Motion Sphere. That's
That's
actually
Century Films is quite good.
Century Films. I believe that there has to be a Century Films already.
Oblivion Cinema.
Oh my god.
Nether Flux Film Studios.
I would like it if Oblivion Cinema was just like
Elder Scrolls.
it was just Elder Scrolls films done in the style of the Elder Scrolls.
What? Legendary Cow Cinema. Oh, that's awesome. I love this website because you get so many ridiculous names sometimes. Great. And there's an insane number of categories. Nightclub names, Norse world names, laboratory names,
Laboratory.
daycare names, dating agency names. What?
Dating agencies. Like, how many of these can be set up? Honestly.
Humble Hearts, Head Over Heels, The Love Dove.
The Love Dove.
Oh, website's awesome. You get all your fantasy and folklore stuff, so you get all your typical fantasy things like your vampire names and half-elf names and all that stuff, and you get your real names, so your Celtic names, Cornish. Oh, there's Cornish. God
There
damn
is
it!
Cornish.
Cornish names.
You
I didn't
just
notice that.
Stumbled upon that.
Ah, yeah. Edwardian names, Kazakh names, Papal names, Swiss names, all that stuff. Places, pop culture, so you could get names from other fantasy things like Elder Scrolls, Lord of the Rings. They have RuneScape races. Bloody hell. That's a throwback. Ruby.
RuneScape.
Planet name.
RuneScape is RuneScape Classic is somewhat popular.
I think both are still pretty popular. I know Classic's always going to be popular because it's just that nostalgia.
Yeah.
I think regular RuneScape is still pretty popular, especially since it went to Steam.
I never found anything like that to be particularly appealing. Like, again, it's an MMO. That's not my
I think
cup of
it was
tea.
popular because it was so wild and crazy at the time when it came out.
Remember, like, a friend in primary school was into it.
Yeah, the fact that you could just go into school or whatever, and you just go on PC and you just be playing it rather than anything else.
No, it was the pioneer of a lot of like MMO scams, like the gold switch and things like that.
Yeah. The Cornish name generator is people names, not places.
Oh yes, yeah, because it doesn't really do places.
Pasco Trineri.
Pascal.
Pasco. Pasco.
Pasco. I was gonna say Pascal isn't a very Cornish name.
Derwen Trevelyan. Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm butchering all these pronunciations, but whatever.
Let's create a clipping mask again and fill this in.
So you are filling in your next county, are you?
Yeah, this is the county of Cerno. So yeah, we'll want to get some Cornish names in here. Find as many as possible.
Why did you call that accent?
Because it's Cornish, isn't it?
It's corny.
I was very unsure there.
Well, I feel like that's more associated. I know it's close, but I feel like it's more associated with like Devon and like Bristol.
Yeah. 39 has an R value of 39. What a coinky dink. I guess there's only 255 numbers in an RGB.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 52, not 32. B underscore name.
Name, Tremaine.
Tremaine?
Tremaine. Tremain.
Tremaine.
Or
That's quite
Carthwith.
French sounding, isn't it?
Carthwithen.
Carthwithen, spelled with a C or K?
C. C-A-R with I-N. Carthwithen, I think that's how you pronounce it. Carthwithen. It sounds like that's how you pronounce it. Carthwithen. But that sort of...
Carthwithen. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm gonna make it with a K because...
Oh my god, there's a name called Polkinghorn.
Polkinghorn?
Polkinghorn, that's awesome. Apologies again if anyone has these
names
that were butchering and just mildly insulting.
Mildly insulting. We are
incredibly incompetent.
Enjoying learning about a culture, Matt. We are not mildly insulting.
I didn't know Trevero was a Cornish name. Edgecombe, that's a Cornish one of them.
Edgecombe?
Yeah. Have you never heard that before, Edgecombe?
No.
Pretty sure there's like an Earl or something of Edgecombe or something.
The Earl of Edgecombe? Earl is just such a... I mean, it's a popular name in the United States. First name, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't there a show? Earl. Something like that?
My name is Earl.
Sup, fuckers. Hello, Lewis.
Yeah, I wonder who L Dabs 1998 could be. It might just be Jeff from down the road, possibly.
Yeah. No, it's someone who's got a very coincidental name to someone we know.
Everybody in the chat, just put Duzzy though.
Oh, no. I joined to support my friends, not for this abuse. Yeah. Thank you very much for your support. We've had also Chris is here. Hello, Chris is here. Matt is here with me.
Yeah, I am.
We've had approximately 3 to 5 viewers for this whole time, but no one said a word. So thank you for breaking the chat silence. Other viewers, well, I'm not going to say be ashamed of yourself because I'm afraid you're going to leave. But be ashamed of...
The only people who took a chance on watching my very low watched stream
be ashamed of yourself.
Be ashamed of yourself, you pathetic people.
Oh, I didn't go that far, Matt. Come on now. Jesus.
That's basically, yeah, but I was just saying how
God, you gotta hold back.
That's how they would perceive it. Well done to you. Well done. For alienating. It's like someone coming, you're a struggling author of a new book, and one person walks up to you and is like, "Oh, I'm a really big fan of you. You're an awesome author," and you're just like, "Yeah, well, you don't tell anyone about it, do you?"
You don't spread the knowledge. I'll take my viewing elsewhere. Good day, sir. Oh, hello, Harry. Here's one of the players of this game who will be able to tell me everything I'm doing wrong in this world in the chat. If you're so inclined to.
Oh, God. You and they were just chatting about random shit could be sort of fun.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you have seen what the most popular category on... Nah, you're doing fine. Thank you very much. You haven't seen what the most popular category on Twitch is? Is the just chatting one? Why is that not colouring in? What am I doing wrong? Have I got something selected? Probably got something selected. Welcome to the I don't know how to use Photoshop hour. On
a slightly tangential topic, does anyone fancy beating up Russia at some point? Do you think that's actually going to happen?
Wait, what are you talking about? Are you addressing the chat? Are you addressing me? Are
no,
you addressing NATO?
Well, I'm just asking a general question. Do you honestly see that happening? Or is it just a bit of dick measuring?
Oh, is this right? You are talking just in general about the current political
I'm not going to be like, hey,
Ukraine.
Russia, come over here, Russia. Fight me.
Come on here for the hard stuff, guys.
No, I just want to hear yours and other people's opinions. That's what I like. I like to hear other people's opinions, whether I agree with them or not.
No,
I'm looking at you, Twitter.
I am cautious to answer this, but I am interested in seeing where this will go. Interest, like morbid interest. It's a very terrible situation.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe not fit conversation for a Twitch stream about modding Crusader Kings.
Yeah, well, I think it's appropriate.
Well,
ish, maybe. I don't know.
No, it is weird. I remember the memes at the start of 2020.
Oh, was that the
World War III?
Iran memes.
Yes, the Iran stuff.
Mr. Trumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big old T-rump.
Yep.
Big old T-bone rump steak.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've got his blonde British cousin. And it's so amazing.
Well, I don't think you know how, chatting about politics on a Twitch stream is maybe not the best way to get people interested.
We're doing a CK3 thing, and it's not that politically based, but it involves.
Well, yeah, it does. It involves geopolitical.
It involves
machinations. If I've used that correctly.
Probably.
So just while we've got maybe one or possibly a number of players.
Yeah, give us names of stuff.
Here for the sick gameplay. Yeah, this gameplay is. I hope you like watching numbers move on text documents. So yeah, a bit of information about ambitions that are far beyond my ability to actually do anything. If I do get the map all together, intense, very. If I do get all, look, you don't know how intense this is. If I get one bracket wrong, the game will crash. It is.
Or you just end up making Varys.
Varys?
Yeah, Varys.
Varys, yeah. I've made him a couple of times now, apparently.
Yeah.
Maybe you just have Varys on the brain at the minute, so you're just seeing him everywhere. But yes, the kind of end result after getting the map set up, the races implemented and all that, will be to add a new mechanic to the game, where there is a adventuring party roaming around the world, and they might end up in your court every now and then, and they might be, going off to slay a dragon or do some stuff or hunt down some bandits or whatever. And as the ruler, if they come to you for help, you can either choose to help them or turn them away or get them to do something, or even, book an assassination.
It's a new event.
Yeah,
an event that you've made.
It'd be an event that would pop up, so you'd be able to, basically have this group roaming around the world that you can play for or against, depending on how you.
It'll allow you to write the ridiculous responses that you sometimes get as well, which is awesome.
Yes, yeah, the stupid event responses. And one of the ones, if I did figure out how to do that, the next step of that would be to allow the player to create the adventuring party, in a way, at the start of the game, through an event, say. So I think that would be very, very fun. For the sake of keeping the work to a minimum with the implementation of races, it won't be every race available in D&D. It'll be the primary ones. Halflings, elves...
Ones in the PHB.
Yeah, basically. Player's Handbook ones. With maybe a special consideration for Leonins. And
why?
Because I want to put the characters of the current players into the world as Easter eggs, and one of the players is a Leonin. The other ones are Tabaxi, Changeling, and Dwarf. Tabaxi and Changeling are also quite, small. Gotta have them big cat boys. Yeah, we do indeed. I mean, you've got to have a reason to have all those big lions prancing on shields, and what better to have a big lion prancing behind the shield as well? Need those big chunky lion boys.
So, do you know how like people used to use lion sigils and stuff on their shields?
Yes.
Stuff, like heraldry and stuff. This is a stupid question, I know, but do you think, what are they, Leonins and Tabaxi? Do you think they'd use humans as heraldry? No, I'm just thinking, it's reminding me of that Family Guy episode, the multiverse one, where they go to the alternate universe where the humans have the humans are the dogs and the dogs are the humans.
Just a prancing human or a shield held by a massive Leonin dude.
Well,
Well, one of the main aspects of the world is that humans are gone. They've pissed off into the annals of history.
Oh, I thought you just murdered them all.
No. Well, I didn't. I'm commissioning someone to draw a Leonin carrying a shield decorated with bog standard people. Yeah. Oh, a Leonin carrying a shield with, what's Tom Holland's Spider-Man's best friend name?
Ned,
yeah. You know that image of Ned standing side on, looking defeated? Yeah, just that picture. Ned meme.
Well, you're not going to show us the Ned meme, are you?
I'll just get it up because people might not be.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh. Can I create a little... Here we go. This one. That one. And just that on a shield.
Oh, no, I prefer the second one on a shield.
This is Claw the Mighty, undefeated in 100 battles, slayers of 1,000 foes. That's Dave on his shield. No, I definitely think that would be a a good commission. I can't wait for that to show up.
Like humans perceive use lions heraldry as sort of like this person's a brave, proud warrior, or whatever. So what would be the human equivalent for a Leonin? Would you say? Would you have? I don't know. I think.
Have what?
We use lions as heraldry because they represented bravery and honor and
Yeah, and like
and all that stuff. So what would a Leonin use if they were going to use a human as a heraldry image to represent that?
well, I mean that image of Ned. It is
Oh
just
yeah, 'cause- yeah. You see that and you think, brave, honourable, courageous
yes.
warrior.
What do you think when you see that?
I think I see just an awesome person, but I don't see someone who.
Well, there you go. And when people look at lion shields, they say, that's an awesome cat. That's an awesome big paw boy. New name. Let's go.
That's an awesome big. Well,
Ned Shield. Already got it. The town of Ned Shield. Which bit of the map are you working on now, by the way? So see the top right corner of the stream, it is basically the neck of the bit that juts out. The peninsula of the peninsula. So that is where we are now. So I'll have a fully completed area here. And I'm currently working on the 3rd Duchy. It is a slow progress, and it is even slower process with Matt in the background.
Knew that was coming.
But yeah, no, I'm. It's coming on.
It's slower in that it takes you longer, but it's faster in that it feels.
Oh
faster.
yeah, it's far more enjoyable. I
I'm
won't
just
be streaming
my
every
own,
bit of this, but yeah,
I'm singing my own praises because I'm awesome.
Yeah, because you're entertaining me.
Because I'm just awesome.
Well, if you weren't here, all I would do would be saying what I did in the stream earlier this afternoon, and just go like, "Oh, I'm just filling this in now, and I'm just typing in color 2 equals."
You don't know whether some people prefer that because you're explaining step by step how you're going, whereas now I'm just interrupting you with pointless conversation.
It's good conversation. Well, as good as can be expected.
Mm-hmm. What about that bit? No, we'll move on.
Huh?
We'll move on. I was going to say, what about that bit where we started talking about stupid politics?
Why are you bringing that back? The bit's over, Matt. We can move on with our lives and hope that it doesn't get more interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, the music. No more politics. Indeed. We can talk about the politics in the world of this game.
Yeah, well, actually, go on then. Explain the politics of the world, because I don't really know much about your world. What it looks like.
This bit that we're working on in a minute is part of the Far Thrush Peninsula, and in the start date of the game, it'll be 414. And the Far Thrush Peninsula will be... Oh, well, one thing that I will have to work out is government types, because some of the governments in the game are, republics or constitutional monarchies, and Crusader Kings only has absolute monarchies by default, feudalism.
Yeah.
So I'll need to work on that. I know there's a mod that allows you to
just
play republics, but
just make them all tribal. It'd be easier.
God. So, whoop, knocked my mic into my chest. What was I going to say?
I don't know. Why asking me?
Oh yeah, it's like a republic, but it's like a corrupt, as anything, oligarchy type republic. If you know what I mean.
Okay.
And they are isolationist and have basically cut themselves off from the rest of the continent.
Like written about 500, 600 years.
Yeah,
ago.
they did a Farthrush Brexit, Farexit, 400, roughly about the same time as the start date of that calendar, about 400 and whatever years ago. Because at the time there was a big Great War going on, and they were like, "Screw this! I ain't taking part of this. Let's build a big old wall on the little neck, the isthmus. 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 I'll type it into chat so people know what I'm trying to say. Isthmus. Isthmus.
It's just like you've got like numb tongue.
Numb tongue.
Yeah.
It's oh God. The isthmus of Farthrush.
It is a ridiculous thing to say.
Isthmus. It doesn't roll off the tongue right. It's probably fine if you're used to speaking like a language that puts consonants together like that.
Mm.
But for us boring English speakers,
my people where I live just add T in front of everything.
Isthmus.
or a D at the end of some things.
Right. Name for this province. Anyone in the chat have any ideas? And or Matt? No more politics from the last message, actually. No more Paul. Jay and Alex are here. Alex is asking what you're doing it on. I'm using Photoshop because it allows you to do the clipping masks. I used to use Paint.net, but they don't quite have the same tools available. And for like the height map here, you can't get true grayscale on Paint.net. You can get it on GIMP, but I don't know how to use GIMP. So yeah, it's Photoshop, and I'm using Notepad++ for the old.
Is this someone actually named the software tool GIMP?
It's a very popular image manipulation. It's graphical image manipulation program, I think. I think that's what it is.
Sounds about right.
No more Paul. No more Paul. There we go. GIMP is, yeah. I agree. I very much agree that GIMP is very bad and difficult to use, and I really like Paint.net because it's free and simple, and you can get a lot of open source, plugins for it. But for this, Photoshop definitely has the stuff I need. I don't like the way in GIMP and Paint.net you can middle mouse click to move about the image, but in this you have to hold space and drag, and it's very floaty drag like that. It keeps momentum, which is, I don't know why, that's horrible, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't like momentum.
You don't like momentum? That's an interesting, what, in image manipulation programs or just in general?
No, in general, it's just annoying, isn't it?
I don't like momentum. You heard it here first, folks. So go with that color white. I think that's like the little bits around the color, like on the interior, kind of make it a bit more 3D. It's province 41. So I'll save that. Oh, need to add that close bracket, and then we'll go and have a look and see if it actually is open in the game.
What did you call it?
No more Paul. No more Paul, because the last message in the chat was no more politics. No more Paul. No more Paul. No more Paul. Ah, there we go. Remove the R. No more Paul. Paul is a suffix, like the Greek suffix for. No, it's polis is the Greek suffix for it. It's all right. So save that. Save a copy as PNG.
Let's boot it up and let's have a look.
Let's have a look. Okay, who's ready for actual gameplay? And by actual gameplay, I mean
Looking at a Crusader Kings map, and that's
looking at a
about it.
Crusader Kings map for maybe 10 seconds to see if everything's fine. Oh, here we go.
They've got the Lunar New Year sale on Steam.
Don't even
forget that.
That's not good for wallets. I tell
Yeah,
you.
I know. Yeah. I bought all the Tomb Raider games.
Tomb Raider, robots in disguise.
Probably a mistake.
Whoop! There's the crash. Okay, where is the crash? Where is the thing that's causing this?
Great.
The Duchy of Midshire is not closed. Please let that be it.
I suppose by testing it intermittently, you're able to more easily identify any issues that appear.
Yeah.
Because you know that it's most likely going to be the most recent thing you did. Don't forget, it's Lunar New Year sale.
No,
Boom.
never forget that.
What year is it? It's Tiger, isn't it?
It's 2021. Too bad. I was about to say
No,
one.
To be honest, it could still be 2020. I don't really know. The years are sort of blended together.
Happy February, everyone. Oh, that's another
Yeah.
crash. Okay, so it's got to be within these areas. So we got Barney. There we go. County close there. It's the brackets. It's always the brackets.
Did your learning of basic coding and stuff in your degree help you to do this?
You mean a certain class that whose professor shall remain unnamed? Yeah,
what
I
was
find
it
that
called?
right.
I'm pretty sure you liked it, didn't you?
Well,
It's pretty good, wasn't it?
it was the fact that loads of people were called up on cheating for just doing the same code of the code that was taught.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
That was the most annoying bit.
Hey, it's useful.
Yay, it's worked. Alright, so we got Almud, Countmore, Edgewood, Carno, and the Duchy of Midshire and Homeshire there. Why did I point out Edgewood? That was already there. Yay! So let me start as Almud. Start. Use the debug command to give us lots of money.
That guy was not a good ruler. He was callous and not very nice.
Who?
Whoa, Gibbon.
Oh, the guy that I'm playing as.
Yeah.
He's diligent.
Yeah,
He's gregarious, diligent, and calm. I mean, it doesn't matter. He's a bloody randomly generated guy. This C_ stuff will be fixed in the what do you call it? What's the thing? Localization. That's it. So you create the Duchy of Midshire. Yep.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And just grab some more territory from all these unwitting AI. I love how they change clothes when you take their territory. It's like, might as well put on a hood and go. Yeah, they all put on hoods actually. And now that I've got that, let's create. Duchy title is required 2. Oh, we need to create.
I just like it when you've imprisoned one of your vassals and you just start taking away all his titles and you just watch as his claws go from being very fine and elegant to basically peasantry. Before you kick him out.
Kingdom of Farthrush. That is not the symbol, but yeah.
Oh,
and
that's
black for some reason.
That's a very dark colour.
Oh, because I don't think I was waiting until I got the color for Almud to actually put it in for the color of Farthrush. Yeah. There we go. Boop.
Alex has said the most original thing.
The country looks
I'd
like
definitely say
it was.
Yeah.
So in the map originally, it said. Let me see if I can get this up in. No. It did say.
Let's see if I can get this up. Okay.
There you go. It said, see this at the bottom
There
here.
you go.
Farthrush Peninsula. So. Let's see if I can bring some stuff in on the Twitch screen here. It said. Reduce this. Boop. Boop. Fart.
What did you use to make your original map anyway?
I don't know if that's penins. Well, it said fart penis.
Great.
Long live the land of fart penis. Yeah,
I always find it funny that people can create these really well-developed and engrossing worlds, and then they struggle on names so much. The one thing that I think universally people struggle to do.
yeah, names are definitely really difficult to come up with, especially when you've come up with a lot. I don't know. It's tough. You kind of stick to geographical features, but that means that you're using the cardinal directions a lot, and you get a lot of north, east, southwest stuff. And then suffixes is like
you stick with like a convention. Like you use real world things as an inspiration, or you just write fart penis.
The border of the kingdom as it is now looks very, very sus. The pickles. Yeah. True quality content here on Modding Hour.
Modding hour?
Modding evening?
Modding several hours.
Oh yeah, we're 2.25 hours into the stream. That is wild. Long live the land of fart Venus. Indeed. Right, so that is that county done. And there's only one more county for this duchy. So I'll probably finish this duchy and then we'll bring the stream to an end.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, aww. It's a shame.
Thank you, Matt, for your continued and loving support.
It's more just a selfish feeling of I need to sleep at some point.
Yeah.
Right. You know, being a responsible adult means you have to do stuff at certain times, and it's really shitty.
Let's get the river map back on. Yeah, I know how you feel. But I am off tomorrow, so I can be as irresponsible as I want. I forgot the word for a second. I just put a town surrounding this kind of break in the river, and they can have the source of the river as well. There you go. Layer via copy. So what are you doing in your Crusader Kings thing at the minute?
Nothing. I'm actually not on it.
Oh, you've gone off.
Stop. I stopped ages ago.
Oh right. We just had enough conversation already. Ah!
Yeah, I've been looking up stuff and names and all the weird stuff about Cornwall that we learned earlier. Sort of weird how it sort of transpired into a educational experience as well.
That's what all of the. Oh look, this is the Twitch color. That's what all of these do. Educational experience. Oh, look at all these layers. This is horrible. Right.
Not spraying more random Cornish facts for you. I can do it if you wish.
What? Yeah, go ahead. Spray them facts. Like you're spraying
Cornish.
slurry on my stream.
I'm going to the Visit Cornwall website now. I have to say, Cornwall's flag is pretty awesome, even though it's very simple. But it's still pretty
The
awesome.
black, it's the white cross and a black field, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool flag. Devon's similar. It's a green cross, or it's a white cross and a green field.
Yeah.
If you go to Devon, you'll see a lot of them.
Devon and
They're quite
Cornwall
county proud.
used to be part of a Celtic tribe. Is it Dumnonia? Is that what you pronounce it?
Yeah, something like that. Definitely starts with a D.
Dumnonii? D-U-M-N-O-N-I-I.
Dumnonia. Yeah.
That was pre-Roman, I believe. And then, obviously, those sons of bitches came in and just was like, "Get out of Britain." Isn't that why Britain is called Britain? Brittany, even because they were forced
Britannia.
out.
It was after the Roman name.
Yeah.
We got the new county, and I'm going to pay homage to Cornwall and Devon's history with calling it Dumnonia.
Oh, I forgot. Wessex is nearby as well, isn't it?
There's that singing
Wessex.
song from Stellaris again. When all what? Are you gonna say something?
No, I was just gonna say, what's your favourite Stellaris song? 'Cause I bet you have one.
They're all just instrumental. I don't know their names. Maybe this one because it actually has lyrics.
That's disappointing.
It
tells you the names. It tells you the names in the top corner, doesn't it?
Oh well, when you've got the music thing up, but I don't usually have that up. Right, I'm gonna put.
Maybe I'm the only one who's just interested in instrumental stuff. So
I like the instrumental stuff. Hearts of Iron 4 No Step Back pre-order song Katyusha is amazing, and I love it. And I know it's just the traditional Russian song, but it is a wonderful piece of it. I can put it on actually because it's part of a game soundtrack. It's no copyright.
During the Elizabethan era, Cornwall was actually known for lots of piracy. Interesting.
Here's Katyusha for all you lovely viewers. I hope it's audible. Barony of... Right, it's where a mountain river meets a larger river. Grey Fork.
Okay.
Spelled with an E.
I was going to say something like River Ward or something, I don't know. Wait. Is it, I was going to say, isn't that the name of a character? I think it is, but I can't remember what it's from. Did you know?
Did I know what?
Apparently, Cornwall was known to the Anglo-Saxons as West Wales to distinguish it from North Wales. Well, you know the Anglo-Saxons are very known for just naming things off cardinal directions. Middlesex, Sussex, Wessex, Essex.
Oh, here we go. What a banger. Province is 42.
Welsh and Irish town, I believe. Oh, there's actually a bangers in Cornwall.
There's bangers in Cornwall.
Yeah, it's just a banger. It's just banger with an S on the end.
Oh, bangers.
Very inventive.
Because there's a banger in Northern Ireland, banger in Wales,
Yes.
banger in Maine, probably more in America. It gets very confusing.
Which banger has the university? Is it the Welsh one or the Irish?
The Welsh one, yeah.
Yeah.
Irish one, ooh. Ooh. Any Northern Irish people watching might take offense to you having said Irish there.
Well,
I don't want to start an argument about that in the comments or chat. Sorry, I'm just listening to the beautiful orchestral piece that is Katyusha.
Oh, there was a game. I think it might have been one of the Civ games where if you played as England, I believe, you got what's it called? They actually only the song that should be the national anthem but isn't. I can't remember the name of it.
What, Jerusalem?
No, I know Jerusalem's quite a popular one, but there's another one I can't remember the name of it. Well, I think it's the one that should be the national anthem because I don't think we should have the correct one. But whatever.
What is the one you think?
I can't remember the name of it.
If you don't even know the name of it,
I can't remember the. It's got a really long name, so it's hard to remember it. I think it's something like. For some reason, "No Country for Old Men" is in my head, but that's not it because I know it's not it.
Oh, is it the one that's like? No. It's the one that played at the end of the Battlefield 2 or Battlefield 5, like thing.
I'll find it. I will tell you because we'll research it.
There's very, very, very important lyrics in it. Or, well, not important, but like.
I think it's "I vow to thee."
I vow to thee, my country. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, that one. That one. I think that's a good one.
But the stars.
Just because it's more it's I don't know. It just sounds better.
Yeah, I do like I vow to thee, my country. The one in Battlefield 5 is especially good, I think.
Well, now you have a problem because you need to create national anthems for all your nations in your game.
Crusader Kings 3 doesn't have national anthems.
I don't care. It should have. You should create a feature.
Hear that, Paradox?
We should have.
This game set long before national anthems ever became a thing. Should have national anthems.
Yeah, why not?
Because they didn't exist.
Technically,
nationalism didn't exist.
Technically, they're in Civ, and you start in the ancient period in that. So, just saying.
Name of a barony, please.
Barony.
It's on the edge of a river and it borders the capital.
Lackluster.
Lackluster. It's actually a pretty good name for like a town that's not doing so well.
Oh, Blakewater.
Blakewater. Who's Blake?
Yes.
And what has he ever done to you?
I don't know. It's just the name of the river where I live. It's called Blakewater.
Oh, well, I like Lackluston.
Hey, whatever.
See,
Fine.
you're suggesting things. I'm taking your suggestions and I'm twisting them to be a little bit more in line with the
So
aesthetics.
you're shitting on my creation.
That's not what I said.
No.
All right, Boris. Right, no, we.
I don't know who's more ridiculous listening to sometimes Biden or Boris because they're
Right,
both
I said
just-
would not do this. We've been very politely asked by chat
But
members.
this is just like comedy.
That's political comedy.
Yeah, well, that's what most comedy is, isn't it? Let's be honest.
That is
It's
true.
usually most comedy is usually just people
Is it?
taking the piss out of
Is
political
it?
stuff.
Is it comedy indeed? I think you got to take a good, long, hard look in the mirror, Matt.
Why?
Why?
I don't want to look at that.
No, that's comedy. No, it's not. Self-deprecating humor. 1, 2, 3, 103,
106.
200. Can you not confuse me? There's enough errors crop up as it is with me missing brackets. I don't need you to get the numbers wrong. Thank you very much.
Oopsie poopsie.
There's almost another error.
Oh, what? Do you know how we were on about Mr. History Matters?
Uh-huh.
Awesome videos. If anyone hasn't, but I imagine you probably have, Oversimplified is a very good one. So.
Oversimplified is incredible. His stuff is really easy to watch, very enjoyable, very comedic, and you'll learn a lot by wee bits of history. Some very big events, others not so much.
Yeah.
Like the Bucket War and the Pig War.
And the Emu War.
I would say that is a massive event in history, Matt. Thank you. Respect the Australians.
We lost the war against two-legged birds.
Who says
Having
they
said-
lost the war?
Because the emu's still alive, so they won.
I mean, so are the
Ah.
Australians. More emus
that's
died
true.
in that war than Australians.
I hope so. Alright, seriously. Oh,
That's a very good point.
I'm just
Um,
picturing an emu just holding an M16.
M16 is a bit late technology-wise for that event.
Yeah, but, you know. That's what I'm picturing. I didn't say it was accurate. That's what I'm picturing.
Eh! That was a messed up little polygonal line.
You have an empire for this?
Well, in the law, yeah. Back to the politics of the game of the D&D world. The empire. There's not really an empire on the continent. They're all just individual kingdoms, and the empire was, the ancient human thing that covered the entire continent. But obviously, in
Well-
the CK3 mechanics, that would be too big because that would be far too many
So-
kingdoms.
This is sort of like how you had Franks and the Lombards sort of filling in after the collapse of the Roman Empire type style.
Yeah,
basically.
You've got all these different small individual cultures that are, like
Picking up pieces.
they had. I think the ones who civilized earlier,
Mm.
fought the big war against the ones who were still somewhat tribal. So it was the. Oh God. Well, that was completely. But it was the northwestern ones that civilized earlier, and the southeastern ones that remained more tribal. That was not political commentary. That was just how it appeared. But yeah, the what do you call it? I've decided to maybe put, the way you can in Crusader Kings 3 you can reestablish the Roman Empire as the Byzantines, and when you do that you get, the Byzantine Empire and any other empire you control as part of your de
Yeah.
jure lands. I'm planning on doing that, but you can, instead of being the Roman Empire, you can re-establish the Empire of Alia, and as a result of that, you get de jure claims on the entire continent. So if you reform that, you get de jure on the entire continent.
I wonder.
But the entire continent is going to be split into 3 empires to begin with. One that does make sense in the history of it, which was the one that united from all the different tribes in the south, and then one that is kind of like there'd be the big 4. Sorry, there'd be the one that is effectively Wales, this big peninsula, the Cloudscape, and then there's the south here, which would be an empire of its own, and then there's this kind of this central focal point, and then these areas would be their own, and then the top 3, the Farthrush, Norelia, and the Ishkan Islands there would be their own. And then beyond that, it is so you'd basically get de jure on 4 different empire titles when you did that.
Yeah.
Which is something that I do not know how to code, but I will attempt to learn. I can believe to learn.
Well, could you not just sort of not cross-reference, but look at how that event's done in the actual game? Possibly.
Hey,
I don't know.
they're on the same layer. Sorry, I've just realized I've put different stuff on the same layer. Let's get rid of this. Mistakes. Fixing a technical issue, guys. That's something that happens a lot.
Just excited for it. The what is it? Is it the court? Is it the courtroom DLC?
Oh, Royal Court.
Court,
Yeah, I'm very
yeah.
excited for that as well. I do hope that it will not be a flop. And that's why, like, I'm just really looking at the map stuff for now, because I know that all the modding community will effectively like change overnight when Royal Court comes out. It'll be a big shift in the way the game plays, you know.
It'll make lots of things almost redundant.
Yeah,
instantly.
it'll have a lot of redundancies. The guy who was chatting in the stream earlier in the afternoon was saying about how he's been working on his mod for about 6 months now, and it's probably still a couple of years out, but Royal Court is going to make that all
Not worth it.
Yeah, it's going to make it all very difficult for him, which is sad. F's in the chat for that mod creator.
I just did that instead.
Oh, we got an F, we got an I, L. What did you type?
An L. It's an L. The lowercase L, because I like to be a weirdo, as you know.
Thank you. I'll fix this to what the 1, 2, 3.
56. Sorry.
103, 800. Can you not? Once again. The eyes of the world are upon us, and you want to prove yourself to be a penis.
The eyes of the world. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Wow, it's a much greater world than we got here.
Oh, guessing I know it's showing like all the little mini squares on Photoshop. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I didn't like that at first, but now I quite like it because I can see exactly where the pixels are at a distance and where. You can turn that off, I believe, in the options, but I do actually quite like it. So this is. So yeah, that was fixing that one to actually be on the right layer. This is No, that's stupid. That would mean that Midshire would wrap around Homeshire, which is not good. I'll just plump. Pick that up and plump that.
An tangential question: if you could go to any period in history, where would you go? Slash when? When and where?
I don't know. Just all of history sounds horrible to live in. Like literally, I like smallpox.
Well,
cholera.
if you let's just take that out of context. Like you heard for that, and you would go with all necessary precautions to deal with that stuff. Just which period in history interests you most to be involved?
Interest to experience firsthand is probably I would love to see the culture of the Mesoamericans and Native Americans before they were wiped out by colonialism, or at least altered in a way that they're completely unrecognizable. That's a vibe. Yeah. I would probably choose pre-colonial Mesoamerica to see the Mayan and Aztec things in action.
Mine's sort of similar in the fact I would pick sort of 1850s Japan before it became
so like just at the end,
westernized.
Just before the Bushin War.
Yeah, before the Meiji Restoration and all that stuff. Because I'd like to see that more feudal Japan, and also its then transformation into Imperial Japan. Because I think that'd be quite interesting to see.
Yeah, Shogun Japan. No, yeah, that would be very interesting as well.
And because like not enough credit is actually given to Japan on how insanely quickly they caught up on nearly 500 years of advancement.
I know that, and the fact
generation.
that the way they beat Russia in
their rise is remarkably efficient.
Yeah. The Russo-Japanese War, they became the first Eastern power to defeat a Western nation.
Mm-hmm.
Or Eastern nation to defeat a Western power is probably the way to better put that. Yeah, that is. But the amount of militarism and nationalism that was going on in Japan at that time.
Yeah, that's bad. Like, well,
That's bad.
There's bad parts to every single thing.
Way to narrow it down. Yeah, that's bad.
But to be fair, they went in 150 years. They went from very feudal, traditional nation to arguably one of the most technologically advanced and developed countries in the world in less than 200 years, which is.
I know that it's an amazing achievement.
Now I'm just thinking about all the interesting parts of history that I would like to see, and I'm never going to.
I mean, you know, you can arguably see every point of history right now on your computer.
Yeah. It's just not the same, is it?
Well, no, it's not. Looking at a computer screen is not the same as going to those historical events, but it is, you know, a much better way of looking. You know, being able to you can actively see the history and participate in learning about it as much as you would like.
Up to a point, not to a point. There's certain things that obviously happen.
No, the personal lives of those people of history are a mystery.
Well,
history's a mystery.
There's also like things that happened so long ago that there is no real record of that stuff other than maybe archaeological stuff. So, like the Dark Ages, for instance, not much is known about that. Hence the name.
Well, the Dark Ages have still a lot of the political and warfare machinations of it known.
Yeah, it's just there's lots of missing pieces that would be interesting to know for sure. I know people can best guess to what happened, but no.
Don't really know the proper way to do this bit. I think I'll just... The inland provinces are the most difficult ones because you don't have geographical boundaries to really help you figure out the shape of them.
You can use mountains.
There's no mountains in this area that I'm doing right now.
Well, shit, you can't.
Thanks. Thanks for the help, Matt. I'm glad to have you on the stream.
You know, that's what I'm there for.
This is what you're here for.
Point out the obvious.
Right, file. Save that. Did we get that? We did not get the color of that one. Get it. Oh. That is 56, 36, 129. With barony of any ideas in chat or in Matt. Chat or Matt. A regular feature on this channel.
I'd pick chat over me, to be honest.
Oh, I mean, no one's arguing with you there.
I wouldn't expect anyone to. I know I'm a lost cause. Self-deprecation is awesome.
Self-deprecation is... Right. Okay, well, what would be a good one?
Groveshire.
Groveshire?
Yeah.
No, make Matt do it. Yeah, it is actually funnier to put Matt on the spot to do it. Groveshire. That sounds a...
Like what?
Like groper? Groveshire. Grovish. Grovish. That's good. It would probably be a bit better for like an elven settlement or something, like a woodland grove, but that's alright. Grovish. Thank you, Matt.
Town.
You what?
Grove Town.
Grope Town.
Grove Town.
Grove.
Groveton.
What's Grove?
Grove. 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 Jesus.
Groveton. Yeah, I'll go for
Grove.
Groveton.
Groverton.
Groveton. Groveton.
Groverton.
Okay. Groveton.
Rover. Rovers.
I mean, it's just going to be some small barony that someone's maybe going to build a town or a temple in. It's not really going to do much beyond that. Color equals 56, 36, 129, close bracket, and up in the next line was color, blah, 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 blah. I like my freestyle mumble.
No. Pretty terrible, to be honest. You're welcome for the.
No. Yeah. Accurate feedback is welcome. We all need accurate feedback every now and then, just to put us in our place. I don't know what I'm saying. Just chatting crap. Okay. That has been this stream. Crap chat with Aaron and Matt.
Yeah.
And occasionally a glimpse of Crusader Kings 3.
If you totaled up the amount of time Crusader Kings 3 actually featured, how much of the stream would it be?
I'd say
0.1%.
No. I think it has been on screen for a hot minute every time it's gone up. I would say maybe about 10 minutes overall, which is out of 2 hours 46. A number of percentage. All right, let's see. Please don't crash. Hey, we're in. And it looks like I forgot to save the picture.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I always forget this step. Save a copy as PNG. I'll need to close the game first because it will not like it being affected. Provinces.png. There we are. Okay. Play. Now the moment of truth. Well, not yet. The moment of truth is when we get into the thing. By the way, for anyone who might have noticed, when you click New Game here and it shows the map as just a circle with like just a guy labeled as test, that is because I haven't done the paper map yet, and I haven't added any characters.
You haven't done anything. Basically, is what you're saying.
I've done this. Look at this. I've even created a custom mask around the world because the original one has like the shape of Europe almost, and that circle's there because of the thing. Hey, there's the Dumnonia County, and then that's the Duchy. Okay, so there'll be another duchy down here, another duchy up here, and a duchy here, and that'll be it. So it'll now be the 6 duchies of Farthrish instead of the original 4, because that's just how it fits better on Crusader Kings.
Why would one duchy be like really big compared to the other?
Yeah, Dawnshire would encompass these 2 peninsulas here. It would be the whole edge here, which, you know, on a map in D&D that's fine, but you know, this can be a duchy, and it's because it's the most of the farmland and everything like that. So, and with a lake there, a nice little geographical formation.
You do get big duchies in CK3. They're just less dense, aren't they? Usually.
Well, like look at the county of Elrapor there. It is much larger than the others, and it's less dense just because there's not much out here except a bit of forest. But it means that when your troops move across, they take longer to move between each province. Whereas the center of the country is more dense like this.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
So that is the progress today. Getting in the Duchy of Midshire and the Duchy of Homeshire on the stream earlier today. 2 more duchies. That's good. A couple more days and I'll have a full kingdom, and then I can mess around with some stuff. Because this is basically going to be the test area, like in the campaign itself, the D&D campaign itself. It was the first arc. So yeah.
I was gonna say, are you gonna like flesh out this entire area first and use it as a basis to grasp all the concepts you need to, and then move on from there?
And then move on, because I should probably get that sorted. I don't really want to change too many of the mechanics or deal with too many of the mechanics because, you know, Royal Court, that will screw everything over immediately. So I might want to look at the way I plan on doing the races is by adding a trait that changes the physical characteristics of the character to make them look like that race, which you already have in the game. Like Giant will make them much taller, more buff, and give them like a more longer facial features, more square jaw and everything. And then a Dwarf will make them much shorter. And you know, there's other things like what is it, like Leper makes them like single armed and stuff. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff you can do. So what you would do is say, oh, I want to create like an orc. So you create like orc thing, you give them the dark green skin color as like a basis, and say generate a character, and then apply this template on top of them. So you'd have the dark green skin, the more buff features, and like the tusks, and you know, say just make them bald or something for like a basic thing, and then you can say only use short hairs or something. And then then you'd have the orc race, and it would mean that every character would be base human with their race on top of that.
Yeah.
So it means that you don't.
Would look like a hairy human.
Yeah. Well, no, it would still have its appearance thing, but like mechanic wise, it would be human underneath. But yeah, so thank you all for joining us for this journey of streaming and modding, and follow to see if you would like to carry on with this journey. I won't be streaming every single point of this, but I might get Matt, would you want to join me again for the next time?
Yes, it's been a very eclectic journey.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah,
many different things.
Matt might be back on, might maybe get someone else if he's not available.
Whoa. You get someone else, why?
If you're not available.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, give us a follow, check in next time we're on, and yeah, see ya.
See you later.
Oh, there's the follower thing. Thank you for following, Harry, and bye. Bye.